tuned in to the cold, hard truth. Cayman's #1 hard-hitting live podcast show, where we feature some straightforward conversations on political, social, and celebrity news and all things happening in the Cayman Islands and around the world. This show was created to give the people a voice and a means of being involved and informed without any filters. Sometimes it gets crazy, but we always keep it real. We bring you the tea, piping hot, so grab your favorite beverage and join the conversation via WhatsApp at 324-1612. Email tips at CaymanMarlRoad.com. Now, here's your host, Sandy Hill, broadcasting live from the beautiful Cayman Islands. You're now tuned in to the cold, hard truth. Cayman's #1 hard-hitting live podcast show, where we feature some straightforward conversations on political, social, and celebrity news and all things happening in the Cayman Islands and around the world. This show was created to give the people a voice and a means of being involved and informed without any filters. Sometimes it gets crazy, but we always keep it real. We bring you the tea, piping hot, so grab your favorite beverage and join the conversation via WhatsApp at 324-1612. Email tips at CaymanMarlRoad.com. Now, here's your host, Sandy Hill, broadcasting live from the beautiful Cayman Islands.
Good morning, folks. Happy Friday. Is it Friday already? Or is it my imagination? Oh my gosh, Friday, the entire week just flew by, right? I'm not imagining this. It is Friday. I don't know where Blake and Aaron is this morning. I wonder if they think I'm still at journalism camp. I need to message them and see what's going on. Where's Blake? Where's Aaron? I'm having withdrawal symptoms here today. Good morning to everyone. So many of you were messaging me yesterday saying, where are you? What's going on? We're missing your morning show. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be back tomorrow. So I'm going to tell you all about where I was and what I was doing. Let me just check in on Blake. There. I was kind of wondering where you guys were. Hold on one second. Let me pull you in. I've gotten so used to you already, Blake and Aaron.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, you
I
can't
was
see
wondering
it.
if
Look.
you guys were not coming on this morning. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh, sorry. We were.
Whose birthday is it?
Blake Rogers.
Oh my gosh, happy birthday. You're an August baby too?
I'm an August baby. Actually on Monday, but I'm
Yeah.
going to be off Monday.
So we're doing it today.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. And I'm Wednesday of next week. Hey.
Oh, really?
I know we're Leos.
Wonderful.
We're going to have some partying going on around here.
It totally makes sense. We're Leos.
Yes. It takes a Leo to understand a Leo. Trust me.
That's right. Exactly. Well,
We
happy
get it.
birthday.
Coming up.
Happy early birthday.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I've already started receiving wonderful gifts. So I'm excited about that. Give me 1 second. I see something in my camera that looks a little strange. 1 second. I'm going to just try to figure out what that is.
Okay.
But yes, I'm excited.
We're doing throwbacks this morning, old school Fridays. I don't know if you remember. Yeah, I don't know if you remember this song or not.
Oh my God, I love that song.
That is Taylor Dane.
FAB. I loved it.
And Tell It to My Heart. That's what's on Kiss right now.
Yeah, that's an awesome song.
Every song from 1988. So a lot of big hair bands back in the day, like Bon Jovi, Poison.
Yeah, 1988 was
White Snake.
Gosh, I'm trying to think.
Guns N' Roses.
I gotta look up some songs from 1988.
You know what else was big back in 1988? I'll play it for you really quick. Let me just get it because I have it coming up later on the show. But
yes,
this one, everybody knows this song from you just don't remember what year. And let's see, where is he? There he is. This song right here.
Oh yes,
This was 88 too.
1988. Bobby McFerrin.
Oh yes.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Just be happy.
Here's a little
Just simple.
song I wrote.
Just a simple message, right? Love it.
I mean, it's still good today, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me just adjust my camera a little bit. I think it's a little bit
Yeah,
off.
so find a song maybe by the time we're done with your headline. How was your big journalism camp yesterday?
Ooh, it was so much fun.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I only spoke for an hour, but you know,
cool.
the kids were
Tell us
engaged and
tell us about it on the air. We're gonna go live now on Kiss, and we'll come right back to you. Here we go.
awesome.
Big news. I have some important news for you. Interesting news.
It's Blake and Aaron's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
K-Man's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Good morning, Sandy. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Wonderful.
We are good. We're celebrating 1988 and throwbacks from that year. That's the year I graduated high school, by the way.
Sorry, say that again.
That's the year that I graduated high
Oh,
school.
you graduated. Oh, okay.
What year did you graduate?
91.
91. Oh, so you're a little
Yeah,
bit.
so you're a little bit older.
2001.
So-
Ha ha ha.
Haha. Wow, you're a baby.
He's the baby.
So yesterday you had you were off. You were doing a journalism camp. What was that?
Yeah, so Darts Minds Inspired, which really focuses on a lot of wonderful opportunities and scholarships and so on for young people, just to encourage them and all sorts of things. Had a journalism camp this year, and yeah, teenagers are participating, and they're having different people from different media houses come in and, you know, speak to them on a variety of subjects. They've gotten tours of some of the more traditional media house locations. So yeah, I was up yesterday and it was a lot of fun. And
So they allowed you to influence young minds.
yes, I know. Who would have thought it? I mean, honestly.
That's awesome.
But you know, they were there for it, and I could see that I had a couple fans in the group So one young man is like, he loves CMR. He's always checking it to see what's happening. And yeah, we might talk to him about doing some sports coverage for us because he was
That's
pretty
cool.
interested in sports.
Very cool.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Yeah.
this is the thing with these like journalism camps and journalism these days. It's
Yeah.
reinventing itself right now. You have a different, you've
Absolutely.
reinvented it in a new way. It's not traditional, and it's the way that it
Yeah.
will be traditional, though, by the time they're probably of age getting jobs for this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just a fast-paced changing world
Mhm.
all around, and journalism
Digital.
is certainly no exception.
Digital
And I think
world.
that, you know, one of the things I said yesterday, and I'll say it kind of differently this morning, but people who've been in the world of journalism for a long time, the dinosaurs of that world, have tried to control and shape what it's going to look like. And then it kind of took someone like CMR to come in and say, no, we need a little bit of a change. And you know, we were definitely disruptive to the traditional way of looking at journalism here on this island. And I think it's been a good little shakeup personally.
Yeah.
So yeah, so these kids, I think, are having a wonderful experience. They're getting international speakers from abroad. They're getting local content, local speakers, and it's just an opportunity for them to see the world of journalism from a 360 perspective. You know, because there's different types of journalism. There's, you know,
Yeah, I mean, anybody can
it's
kind of
great.
do. I mean, even in the music world, Justin
Mhm.
Bieber became a superstar by putting his music on YouTube.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, so anybody can
Yeah.
essentially do what you're doing. Obviously, you have innate qualities that make you really good at what you do. But I'm just saying, in terms of accessibility, anybody can do that from their home and be online.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's awesome. And how many kids were
Absolutely.
there?
Maybe 10 to 15.
That's
cool.
great. And who
Yeah.
other were there other news organizations there?
Yep, yesterday after me, Loop Cayman was up. So they're going to be speaking about what they do. Yeah, so it's interesting.
That's
The
good.
world of journalism has changed a lot in the last couple of years here in the Cayman Islands.
All right. So you have any news headlines this morning?
Well, there's a couple things. They're kind of a little bit boring, nothing super exciting. I hate to say the word boring, but they're very important topics. So the Auditor General dropped a report yesterday about government, and essentially saying, you know, that different government departments and agencies really need to get it together in terms of their responsiveness, like how quickly they respond to public account committee requests and getting them information, because they're the ones who kind of keep them accountable, right? And it was interesting that as soon as the report dropped, within a couple hours, the governor responded, the acting deputy governor and head of the civil service, which is Gloria McField, because Mr. Franz Manderson is on leave at the moment. She responded immediately as well. So I think the response was very telling. You know, the report was telling in and of itself, but the fact that they responded so quickly also says a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll be
So
dialing in.
we're gonna delve into that a little bit.
Where's Franz, by the way?
Where is he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Oh.
on the beach,
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Said
he's
he's
taking
taking-
a holiday.
said he's taking
having
a
a
leave.
having a staycation, hopefully.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I
you
mean,
like to leave
I
that.
think he's just, yeah. You know, people are still taking holidays during COVID, even if they can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You just need a mental break from work, right? So hopefully he's getting some much needed
Good.
rest.
Awesome. I
Yeah.
like
So
Mr.
that was
Manderson, by the
that
way.
was kind of the big story from yesterday that we are going to keep an eye on. And then I'm just going to catch up with people. It's Friday, you know, Feel Good Friday. We like to do fun things. I was actually, part of my day yesterday, my morning was extremely, listen, actually my entire day was pretty busy yesterday, but after that, then I had to run to court, and I'll give you guys an update on that a little bit later on, court case. And then I had to run to Dart Park because we were waiting on a ship to come in. Mr. Fred Scott, Captain Fred Scott, passed away over the weekend. And they were going to do a salute, a 3-horn salute with one of the tankers that was passing by. So we wanted to go out there and capture that. And it was super hot out there, can I tell you? So we have some footage of that we're going to play for audience a little bit later on. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
Very nice tribute.
One of the
Very
best
cool.
captains I've heard. So
Do you have a song from 1988 that we can get on for you?
I was having a look, and I think if I could go with Locomotion.
Ah,
sounds
you
pretty
mean
good.
Kylie Minogue?
Yes.
That was 88. Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
that actually.
Yep. It's
There
so
we go.
surprising when you start looking at the years that songs came out and you're like, that was 88? Like, really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of crazy.
Yep. It sure is. But yeah, I'll go with that one this morning.
All right, here you go. You ready?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big one.
Yes.
Come on, come on. You know, this is a remake.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is like from the 50s or something.
It was which duo
Wow.
was it?
Yeah.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
definitely not a Kylie Minogue original. Aaron will look that up.
No, but I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, but I like this version because it's way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know this was
Royals.
remake. That's pretty cool.
It was
What year?
no,
60s?
that's not it. No,
Locomotion.
it was actually really hard to look up right now. Oh, there we go. Was it Little Eva? Yeah, Little Eva.
Little Eva. 1962 pop song. There you
Hmm.
go. 1962.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Written for
Awesome.
DD. What was her name? DD Sharp. She turned it down.
Little Evie.
Yeah, Little Eva.
Little Eva. Yeah,
Little Eva.
here you go. I can have it on my computer if you.
Yeah. Do you? Well, I don't. Not plugged in, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
MIDI. Oh, I think you know what you can't because it's
Yeah.
the same. Yeah, I get why we can't
Yeah.
do that.
Anyway, from 1962. Yeah, it's a remake. Anyway,
Hmm.
good song. Well, have a great weekend.
All
And
right.
what is
Thank you.
your-
Thank
What
you.
is your birthday on exactly?
Wednesday.
It's on Wednesday.
Okay. Well, we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah.
So listen, there's so many awesome people born in the month of August. Like it really is. I'm not just saying this just because it's my birthday month, but you know, it kind of is, you know.
Hello,
So
Leah.
big shout out to Lizette Yearwood. Her birthday was yesterday. She's the
Happy
CEO.
birthday, Lizette.
Yeah, she's the CEO of the HSA. And also today is Miss Francine Jackson of West Bay, and she is 93 years young.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes,
Happy
and
birthday,
she's
Francine.
the Cayman Islands' first civil register of marriages and has actually officiated more than 3,500 marriages
What?
since she was appointed in 1985. Yes.
Wow.
I'd like to see
Super
the
awesome.
stats on the percentage of people still married and divorced. Is it a good? Is it a good luck
Probably
charm?
the
that she's-
usual 50-50.
Yeah. That's
All right. Well,
funny.
have a
All right,
great
guys.
weekend.
Have a good one.
And we'll see you
All
Monday.
right. Bye. All right, folks. There's Blake and Aaron. I was kind of wondering where they were at initially. I'm like, did they forget me? I'm back today. Don't forget me. So yes, so many of you messaged me yesterday morning and you were like, where are you? What's going on? We're missing you. It's 7:35 and we don't see you. And guess what, folks? I was having a great time with the young people at journalism camp. But you know, that means I got to get up super early and I got to leave out early. Traffic wasn't too bad because I never get to see what traffic is like these days. But of course, during the summer months when school is out, traffic is normally manageable. It's only till I got to like all the way in town by like the Linford Pearson Highway that it kind of started to then build up. Before that, it was like smooth sailing. So yeah. Fun times. So these young people are learning so much at journalism camp, and I can see there's some who are just kind of quietly there, and then you know they're just super, super, super engaged. They're taking notes, they're writing things down, and I so wish that we had more time because there's so much more I could have said, but you know, just sharing with them a little bit of snippet of the history of CMR, what we do, how we got started, and all that kind of fun stuff. So I got to show you guys some pictures this morning, what has come up in my timeline on Facebook. Facebook has a way of bringing up all these memories for you that sometimes make you teary-eyed. But good morning to Irvlyn. Good morning, Miss Morna. Christine is here. Omiri is here. Ingrid, thank you. Larry is also here with us. Maria, Jackie, Vernita, thank you. Miss Felicia, Chanel, Marshall from North Carolina. Andy, happy Friday. Elizabeth, buenos dias. Yes, Louis, TGIF. Hi, Dave. How you doing? Scott is here. Scott, are you eating any waffles this morning? Scott's the waffle man. Wee, good morning. Good morning, Larry. Phil Collins. Oh, yes, nice. Anne Marie, Olivia, Miss Judy. Who else we got? Colin. Hey, Colin, how you doing? Sharon is here for it. She says, August people are very honest. Sometimes brutally so. And not everyone can take that type of honesty. I've had to tune it down over the years. Sometimes you just got to take your time with people. They can't take the cold hard truth. Wee, good morning, Irvelin. Said yes, I was getting ready to come and bail you out. Miss Patricia, anytime I go a little bit MIA, people are like, what has happened to Sandy? I'm here. I'm not in jail, not arrested, not kidnapped, none of that stuff. It's all good. I'm here for it. So again, big birthday shout out to Miss Francine. What a beautiful lady. 93 years young. Wow, she looks amazing. So let me show you what showed up in my timeline. Hi, Corrine. This morning, this is kind of interesting and teary-eyed all at the same time. Look at this. Look at this. My little Coco, 11 years ago. Coco had a very full life, I must say. I believe that dogs shouldn't be tied up in the backyard or left outside to be eaten up by mosquitoes. I think they need to be part of your life. If they're going to, if you're going to have a dog, then you treat a dog like family, right? Am I the only one who thinks that? Because she is such a precious little thing. Look at her. This wasn't, when did I get her? I think I got her in like 2009 or early 2010. So here she was. I'm going to make this full screen. Here she was at, she loved the water, especially for a little dog. She really just loved the water. And so I would take her out. This is her little swim vest. Now, listen, I don't know what y'all think about dogs, but I mean, a dog can drown, first of all. So I was like, let's just make sure that Coco is super safe. Safety first. And allow her to enjoy the water. So there she is with her little vest on. And the thing I liked about this vest is if I needed to grab her for some reason, it had a little handle at the top. So I could just like pick her up and put her in the car. And I was like, okay, let's go, Coco. But she loved, she wouldn't like go out too far, but just getting her little legs wet and enjoying a frolic in the water and swimming. And, I had another dog named Oscar who used to actually love to put his snout under the water. And he would pick up rocks and stuff. Like he used to like to chew on rocks. That was kind of crazy. But sometimes Coco would kind of stick her snout under, but she wasn't too fond of that part. But that was her. And here she is snoozing. I obviously, this day, 11 years ago, I was taking a lot of pictures of Coco. She was just living her best life. And why not? Celebrate her, right? So there she is. She was a Shih-Tzu, which is a Shih Tzu poodle mix. But she had the very traditional poodle face, like that poodle nose. But then she had like the little Shih Tzu ears and the Shih Tzu tail. Oh, she was the sweetest little dog. So this is post bath time. So anytime she had her own towels and stuff. So anytime she had a bath, she would love rolling on the on her towel. And just, we used to call it roly-poly because you just like roll all over the place. And depending on her, because she was a mixed child, Caribbean people understand this. Depending on whether she was like wet, short-haired, long-haired, her actual fur was just different. So sometimes it was more curly, sometimes it was straighter. Like when she'd go to the salon, the doggy salon, and they'd blow dry it, she'd have a totally different look. But let me tell you something, this was a really happy dog. And this is what she used to do. She would look out. That's where we used to live. She always wanted to know what was going on. She was nosy like her mama child. She would like look out the window at the neighbors. This was upstairs. And she'd sit like on the sofa and just peep out the window. Like you couldn't close the blinds because she'd move it out of the way. And she would just peep out the window and see what's going on. Looking at the neighbors, looking at the passing cars. Because dogs get bored too. Hey, thank you, Miss Darlene. And here she is sleeping, all fours up in the air, sprawled out, showing the world her goods. And sometimes she would do that. She'd just sleep in her back. A dog has to be very comfortable, I understand, to be in this position. Like they're just really like, whew, life is good. And there she is again, chilling out on the sofa, looks like, hiding under the bed. So at night, like when she was really ready for, okay, it's nighttime, this is where she'd sleep. She'd actually sleep under the bed. She was always right under me. Yeah, she was such a sweet dog, I must say. This is the park, and I think this is the one down by Pedro. We used to go there a lot when I first got her, and she would just run. You know, for small dogs, she was actually very, very fast, and she would just run and have the best time. Look at all those dirty paws. She would just, I mean, she lived her best life, and she was a jumper, so she'd jump up on furniture and jump up on all sorts of stuff with ease. So there she is. Jumping up on the tables, playing with her little tennis ball. She just was such an amazing dog. And this is obviously us driving back home. She actually at one point had a car seat with a little seat belt, but sometimes she'd get to sit in the front and just kind of chill out. So yeah, that's Coco. That's her. Oh, and this was her birthday invite. So I don't know whose party that was, but she was going to a little birthday party. She loved toys. This is her little Bone. She was big. She was really big on toys. Like, let me tell you what she'd do, right? If she came to your house, she would literally, I don't know how she knew where your stuffed toys were. And this happened to Karen Ann Thompson. Karen Ann has a spare room in her apartment. And somehow Coco, first time ever, goes to Karen Ann's apartment, runs upstairs, goes in that room, sees all of her stuffed toys, right? And she starts pulling them out one by one and bringing them downstairs. I'm like, what are you doing? Those are not your toys. So she was big, and we always made sure she had plenty of toys, because otherwise, God knows what she would end up chewing up, right? But there's her Bone. This one wasn't really a toy. This was just a little thing in my car. But she really loved her toys. Here she is at the park again. She was a little dog, but I felt like she had a big dog personality. Oh my God. I can't even look anymore. This is going to make me so sad. Look at her. There she is at Camana Bay at the beach back in 2010. She loved the beach. She loved the sand. Oh, there she is at one of her Halloween toys. She wasn't a dog that was like afraid of the water. You know, some dogs, especially small dogs, you can't get them near water. That wasn't Coco. She tolerated bath time, but like running in the water and playing in the water, she was all about that life. She was this, oh, this was a little Hecate that we found. Coco actually found this Hecate in the bushes one night. And there she is chewing up her toys again. She was such an awesome dog. Oh my God, there she is. Oh, I absolutely loved this dog. I have to tell you, it's just, okay, it's making me sad now looking at all of these pictures, but you know, she was such a good dog. I don't know why today, on this day, I had so many pictures of her up. I must have just uploaded a bunch of pictures. There, she's always shredding her toys. Yeah, she's so sweet. That's her actually lying on top of me, believe it or not. That's me that she's on top of. She was just an amazing dog. There she is at Halloween. She was in a little Halloween contest. I think she came in like second or something that year for the Halloween competition. There's her competition sitting next to her. Yeah, she was super sweet. Yep, there we are. We won third place. Coco won third place. Amazing, amazing little dog. There's her reindeer toy. Sorry, Santa ate all your cookies. I think that's Melanie's toes. Yes, that's probably Melanie. There's another toy. People would like send toys for Coco. Big shout out to Soca Junkie in Miami. She always thought of Coco, and whenever I'd be going through, there's her little Coco collar. I'd be going through Miami. She would always send toys. Sometimes I wasn't even in Miami, and I'd get someone calling me to say, Marilyn has sent a package for Coco, a care package. And she used to send her all sorts of like little toys and collars and outfits and all sorts of wonderful things. I'll never forget the one time she actually locked me out of the car. That was kind of a eventful thing because my phone was actually in the car. And I was like, I don't know anybody's phone numbers. Oh my gosh. Coco was just one of a kind. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful dog. Best personality ever. And I knew she was so special when it came to children because many, this is her looking out the window again. Many years ago, there was a little neighborhood kid. He had lost his dad actually to a tragic accident out at sea. The father was, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there's a boat that went missing years ago with kids on it. And this little kid's father was on that boat that went missing. So they lived up the street. So I was walking Coco and I was talking to the mother about the situation, and he was just a little toddler. He was walking, but he was like probably maybe 2 years old. And I was talking to the mom, and then he kind of grabbed Coco on her face. Like he grabbed her. And I was like, oh, don't do that, but it hurt because she like yelped. She was like, ow, but she didn't react in a way like she didn't try to bite him. She didn't snap at him, like none of that. And in that moment, I knew that Coco was going to be awesome with kids because, not every dog can tolerate a child pulling at its face, right? And it obviously hurt her, but her instincts were not to like snap at the kid. It was just to try to pull away. And then I was like, no, you can't do that. Here she is in another one of her outfits. She wasn't really fond of dressing up. That was just totally me. Trying to make her into baby. And she was like, ugh, why are you putting clothes on me? I don't even know where this one is. Some place in the bushes. She's checking out all the leaves. But she was just an absolutely awesome dog. I've had dogs all of my adult life. And every dog I think is special in their own way. Like you don't even want to know how much I cried as well when I lost Oscar and Rupert. Oh, there she is. Look at this. This is so funny. She's like sleeping, kind of one eye open, one eye closed, getting ready for bedtime. But yeah, this is her little angel eyes. We used to give her some supplements. But Coco really was special. I don't even know how else to tell it to you guys. There's her with a little hat on. There she is snoozing. Nap time was always fun. Oh my goodness. So many memories. That's the end of those memories, apparently. A lot of pictures there. So, I hope that dogs do go to heaven. I hope that we get to see them again someday. And she was a Shih-Tzu. So she was actually a Shih Tzu and Poodle mix. Yes. So, oh yes, Louis. I just reminded me. I need to find that, Louis. I put it away. And I need to give Sammy, every time I see Sammy, I'm like, oh, I keep forgetting to bring this. I've got to bring Sammy his gift as well. So give me 1 second, actually. I'm gonna grab it, Louis. Let me just grab it and see. I'm trying to think, where is it? I've hidden it away. Give me 1 second. So Louis is just reminding me of something. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this in 30 seconds. right, folks. I feel like this is show and tell Friday. I've just grabbed a couple things to show you guys. Thank you, Louie, for reminding me about this. So Louie, months ago, made these black coral pieces for me, hand carved out of love. I don't even know where he got black coral from. I haven't seen black coral in years, really. But yes, Louie, let me show you guys what he did. He sent me a couple pieces. Louis, I've got to set up the CMR one too. Okay. So Louis sent me a little carving of cocoa, and it actually says cocoa on it. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to try to put it in the camera so the camera can focus on it. Let me see how close. It's hard to get this camera to focus on something very specific. It's focusing on me. Hold on. Let me see if I get out of the frame. If you guys can then. Can you see it? Oh, I know. I think I got to put my hand. I got to get behind something. Hold on. These cameras are kind of weird how they try to pick up. All right. So there we go. Yeah, there we go. You got to give it a background. So there, it says cocoa on there. Yeah, it says cocoa. And so I can wear it as a necklace. It's got a little piece there. Beautiful. Thank you, Louie. And then he also did a CMR piece. Look at this. Where's the CMR piece? Oh, here it is. All right. So I'll put this up in front of me. I think this is the best way to do it. And then you can kind of see. Can you all see that? It actually says, let me make sure I got it. It's this way. So it actually says CMR. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. And he's got a piece here that he made for Sammy as well, Sammy Jackson. And I'm going to give that to Sammy. I'm going to take that with me today. See if I can get a hold of Sammy today. Beautiful. So thank you so much, Louie. Appreciate that. And thank you, Tommy and Miss Patricia, Juanita. Yes, I know that a lot of you love your dogs as well. Anne says, I want a Shih Tzu. They can be a lot of work, so make sure you know what you're getting in for. Yes, absolutely beautiful. So, you know what else someone shared with me recently that I thought was so special? Look at these. I've never seen these in my life. Now, you guys know I went to primary school here, but I left when I was so young that I don't have a whole lot of memories of it. I did go to Georgetown Primary, but look at what someone shared with me. Look at this. Cayman Primary Social Studies, and these are all, apparently there were a whole series of books. And this is workbook 1 through 6. I think I've got them all here. Written to accompany the Cayman Primary School Studies textbooks. And they work closely with the scheme of work suggested by the Social Studies Curriculum Guide and its learning outcomes for the year. So these books were done by Macmillan Caribbean, and they are beautiful. So someone has given me, look at this, all of these unused books. And I can now use these for my daughter. You know, The House is Dangerous, mark the dangers that you see with an X. Parents' jobs, you know, some of the things that parents do. And everything is customized. So like this page that says, Pam has a letter from her grandma. It has Pam's address on it. And Pam lives at 750A, I don't know if you guys can see that, Turtle Farm Road. And Pam looks like a little Caymanian girl. You know, I love these types of things because they are very local. You know, like they'll use word like, oh, Mr. Tibbetts did this and that. So that one is primary social studies. I think they all are. They're just different workbooks. So look, the cover, I don't know who these kids are, but those are Caymanian children. Right? Isn't that gorgeous? Everything localized. Whatever happened to these? I heard that they just stopped printing them because there was not enough people buying them. I guess the government wasn't really buying them. I don't know. Here's one. Take these sentences that are true about your community. It is near the sea. It's on an island. It's in a sheltered place. It's in the west of Grand Cayman. It's on Cayman Brac. There's shops in my community. There's good farmland. There are hills. It's on Little Cayman. So it's like all integration. So big shout out to Miss Janet who gave me these books, Miss Janet Watler. Again, look at that. Caymanian Faces. I love this. When were these published, by the way? Let's see if they have a year. If it says, do you guys remember any of these? Well, it looks like at least printed and bound in Malaysia, at least from 2004 to 2008. And it has a bunch of people here that it's thanking: the Cayman Islands National Archive, Pedro St. James Castle, Willie's Farm, Ella Fowler, Dr. Philip Headley, Tammy Selzer, Anita Ebanks, Deborah Tabarrow, Bill Tennant, Suzette Ebanks. I mean, this one is about the District of Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Transport and communication, symbols of our nation. These are gorgeous. What are the hottest months? Child, that must be August. Here's like graphs about the weather, rainfall, and all sorts of stuff. Look, I love this. Anybody else feeling me here? Yeah, so Janetta says each grade have its own color in primary school days. These are gorgeous. Here's workbook number 4. Look at our islands there on the map. They're just beautiful. The next one is our Caribbean friends and neighbors. So we expound it out. The world at a glance is workbook 6. Yeah, nice. Oh, those are the workbooks, and then these are the textbooks. I have both workbook and textbooks. OMG. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Look. Oh, this is really awesome. I'm going to teach Deanna all about her Cayman history from these. Look. Oh my God, isn't that beautiful? We have children now growing up who don't even know what these symbols are, folks. They don't know anything about our flag. There's our national anthem. It says, sing this song every day. Yes. My name is Pam Watler, and I'm a girl. I'm 6 years old. My birthday is, and I like draw. So Pam has drawn a picture all about herself. Draw a picture of yourself. Look at that. Beloved Isle Cayman. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love this. Ooh, some of our national heroes. Ooh, child, Caymanian food. Caymanians love to eat all sorts of food. Look at what we have there. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh, look. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, Miss, what do these signs tell us? Like school zone, stopping, little map of Georgetown. This is so nice. Thank you, Miss Janet and her lovely husband. Miss Janet told me, I've got these books for you and you must come. And then I kept not going for it. And then one day I went by and her husband's like, don't forget the books. And I said, yep. And I was still about to walk out and forget them. Look at this one. We need rules to help us to work together at school. And look at the little kids in their school uniforms, all behaving. Well, that little guy is pulling on her pigtail, but little boys will do that, child. But this is what not to do. So no fighting, no littering, play nice with each other, taking care of our schools. Oh my goodness, who are these people? Look at the children singing, playing steel pans. Speaking of that, there was a steel pan camp that ended last week. And they did a whole, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks camp, maybe 4, But they taught these kids a ton of songs. Somebody sent me the videos of those. Really, really wonderful job these kids did. And so I am going to put that up a little bit later on as well. So here's like dangerous stuff not to do. Pam and Bob's school. Which school is that? I don't even know which school that is. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you. So Miss Janet and her lovely husband. Pam's dad is a plumber. Her mom, Bob's mom, works in a hotel. People in a family need each other. What do you need? Why do you need your family? And it shows you all the wonderful things that families do together. These are a national treasure as far as I'm concerned. Thank you so much to Miss Janet and her husband, because he was one who's like, girl, you're about to leave this house again without these books. Whoa, I'm so excited. These are great. Thank you. So I'm guessing that these have been passed down through several generations since 2008 already. And I'm really, really tickled pink to have my hands on them so that my daughter can enjoy them. I'm going to photocopy the pages though, because I don't want her writing in these books. Like, to me, these are like a national archive. Now, you guys know I'm not fond of keeping a lot of physical books around, but like things like this, I'm going to keep these forever. So I will definitely be putting these away. Now, speaking of which, you guys will recall that some weeks ago, probably more than like a month ago now, I was telling you about a lady who is actually doing a sort of a similar concept, but hers is like everything is one big book. And I like that one as well. It has a lot of, really wonderful things, very Caymanian. And so we are going to, I was able to secure her, believe it or not. Don't even ask how these things happen. But I was able to secure her a sponsor for her book. And so I'm just waiting on, we're going to get a sample of the Cayman version because she had a Jamaican version to show me. And she had the electronic version to show me of hers as well. So we are going to, I think we're waiting on her to get it to the printers. They will do a couple copies. And then they're going to send that to us. So Miss Carlene, thank you so much for doing a modern day version, really, of these textbooks. And let me show you, she is so wonderful and open to suggestions that she sent me her original artwork, and then I gave her some feedback because I still felt like it needed more of a Cayman touch. So here's what she's come up with now. Let me show you guys. Oops, sorry, that's the wrong one there. Let me show you guys what she's come up with now. Look at this. This is going to be the cover, a blend of culture, crafts, and curriculum designed for scholars in the Cayman Islands. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. So we're excited. I'm going to tell you more about this project as it moves along, because of course, I think the sponsor of this project, who's going to help this book come to print and be available at no cost to the people of the Cayman Islands, is amazing. And I feel like, there are a lot of unsung heroes in this community who day in and day out do things that you're not aware that they're doing, but they are doing, that really improves their lives and improves the quality of life for our children as well. And this is going to be one of those things. You can get this treasure for free. There will be a limited number of printed copies, folks. So once you hear me say they're available, y'all know what to do. They're going to be like those mugs. They're going to fly off like hot cakes. So make sure you pay attention to when those are available. Miss Alba, good morning. Daisy says they're very good companion. Good morning, Miss Beulah. Patricia says she remembers those books. Good morning, Bishop. Janita, good morning. Says those are unforgettable textbooks. Well, I never saw them because I wasn't here. So to me, they're like super, super special. Vernita was saying, why don't they bring back black coral? Well, I don't know. Is there any more black coral in the sea, or did we fish it all out already? I don't even know. Is it an endangered thing? Because I noticed that the whole idea of black coral has just almost disappeared. And sometimes that happens because we've used too much of it. I don't know. But these pieces are gorgeous. So thank you again. And not to be outdone, I want to show you guys something else I got for my birthday. Kevin says, sadly, they stopped using them in schools. The program was cut years ago. Now our children don't really get to learn about Cayman history. And that's so sad. I mean, really, we should find a way to bring these back. Loretta, Janetta says, yep, that's what I call history. Yes, I think they should have them in schools. Good morning, Miss Anne. She says those books were gems. That's wonderful. I wonder if anyone sells them here nowadays. I'd purchase my great grands. Yeah, I don't know. So, Miss Janet, thank you. She said it's a pity that they had to stop printing them. Darlene, thank you. She said it's beautiful. They're good for all ages. And I'm sure especially those in the hospitality industry, for example, taxi service. Oh, Miss Darlene, you know what you just did? That's what you call throwing shade. Miss Darlene just sprinkled a little bit of shade on y'all in case you didn't catch it. You got to be quick to sometimes get the subtle shade. What Miss Darlene has just said is those of you in the taxi business, some of y'all came on in and some are not, working in restaurants and hotels, you don't know Cayman history. So these primary school workbooks should be available to everyone because it will teach you about Cayman history. Touche, Miss Darlene, touche. Miss Sue says that they're beautiful. Yes, they are. Nice cover. Yeah, I gave her some feedback on the cover because I thought we need to make the cover much more Caymanian. And she was open to that. So we will definitely let you guys know. Little Colin, he's only 16 years old. He remembers working with them when he was in the 4th grade. The last half-pound of black coral that was on island was back in the 1990s. So Linda reminds us, thank you, Linda. I was kind of wondering if that was the case, that black coral is actually very endangered because it is so slow growing. So it can't replace what we take. Wow. Well, let's not take anymore. We will just enjoy. I guess Louis had this black coral sitting there from the 1980s and didn't know what to do with it till CMR came along. And Louis, I thank you so much. I will treasure this forever, especially the one of my little Coco. Good morning, Miss Shirley. Good morning, Senor Lame. Michelle. Illegal to harvest black coral, yes, and it was banned for import in the U.S. Okay, good to know. All of it came from Central America for many years. BA flights. Let me see if I can find out. I've not heard anything as yet. So I will certainly inquire with the governor's office because that's kind of their thing. All right, let me show you one more gift, and then we're going to get into a few things here this morning. Yes, gotcha. All right, hold on one second. Not to be outdone. It is my birthday, so I'm getting all kind of gifts. And this one, now y'all look at this. Look at this. Is this not super special? Wow. These are the Olympic pins. Including the one from Japan. We have, let me see now. You know me, my eyes. We have Rio in 2016. We've got London in 2012. We have, oh, that one's kind of small. What year was that? Let me see. Can't quite make that one out. Hold on. I think if I had a little bit extra light, I might be able to make it out. But these are super special. Okay, so that one is, oh, the text on that one is so tiny. And because it's on a shiny surface. What year was this one? Does anybody know? Can you guys see that one? What year was that one? Oh man, the text on that one is really, really tiny. Lord, I know I need glasses and all, but I need a magnifying glass for that one. I can't make that one out. You know what sometimes you do when you can't see something is you take a picture of it and then you can enlarge it with your phone. That's what I'm going to do. All right. The other one here is 2004. Yes, these are gorgeous. Look at that. So big shout out to Eric and Miss Irma for this lovely pre-birthday gift. I love it. I already have it up in my studio here. Got its little special spot right by my flag. Beautiful. Let me see. I've taken a picture of it. Let me tell you if I can see what year that was. That one was 2008 in Beijing. Yes. That's the thing. Listen, our eyes are not what they used to be. So you take a picture of it and then you can enlarge it. 2008 in Beijing, China. Beautiful. Thank you so much for all the lovely gifts. My birthday is on Wednesday. I am super excited. I always have to think about how old I'm going to be. Like legit. I always have to think about it. Good morning, Al. Al and I share birthday month, which I share with a lot of people. Tina Trumbach, David Dixon shares my actual birthday. Good morning to Megan. So Tracy wants to know any updates on the lady found in East End that passed away and about the ongoing investigation on the guard and drugs. Also, what about the cold case file and missing Carrie Ann? Wow, Tracy, that's a mouthful. What we do know is that the lady who passed away in East End, at the time, we didn't know that she is family to friends of CMR. We haven't really heard anything more, so I'm guessing it was just natural causes, unfortunately. And she wasn't found until a couple days later. It's hard to oftentimes talk about these things because, you know, they are family. They're family and friends. And, you know, now they have lost they've lost a family member, and that's a member of our community. So Ms. Jackie says David Ebanks from Prodigy Jewelers is one of the younger commandants who worked with Black Coral. Well, we're going to be talking about David we're going to be talking with him, I should say, very, very soon, because David has a very interesting 30 plus year history of, you know, being in the jewelry business. And as you guys can see, David gave me my first birthday present this year, which is this custom made pendant. Let me show you guys this one. It's gorgeous. I'm wearing it with Cayman Mall Road. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. So, yes, gorgeous. Thank you, David. But he is super, super talented. Anthony, you were spot on. It was Beijing. Yes, indeed. So thank you, Louis. He says, you're welcome. This was a gift appreciation from the people of the Cayman Islands. I love it. Thank you. Miss Coracita, good morning to you. Jess, you have a nephew that shares my actual birthday. Oh, wow. August the 18th, folks. I'm looking forward to it. Every year, you just got to be thankful that you make one more. Trust me. You never know. People are dropping down dead all the time. Strokes and heart attacks and cancer and everything in between. COVID. Lord Jehovah. Oh my gosh. Look at this picture that I've just gotten. You guys are so special. I don't get to enjoy coffee with my birds much these days, but when we do, it's a CMR mug while watching and listening to CMR. Cracker loves coffee. Maxie, not so much so. You guys have got to see this. This is so cute. Look at this. Hold on. Look at these. Look at who. Look. Are they not special? Oh my God. Looks like you need more than one mug, girl. Because maybe you can put something in the other one, in the other mug. Oh my gosh. Is that not cute? Or what? Oh, I gotta show you. There's a video. Is that just the little coffee like greens? Or have you actually brewed the coffee and he's drinking coffee. That is so interesting. Wow. Who knew? Parrots. Look. My goodness. Look at that. I can't wait till the other mugs come in. That is just so special. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I cannot wait until the other mugs come in. That is just super cute. Half the world was born on August 18th, says Dana. Oh, Miss Iva is here, my favorite mango lady, her and Miss Lisa. Thank you so much. Is mango season done now? Because I could still do it with another batch, y'all. Don't be holding out on me just because it's August. Corsita, thank you very much. Jess says she loves it. Somebody else just messaged to say beautiful creatures. Absolutely love Cayman parrots. So do I. A couple of days ago, I feel like this was Tuesday or Wednesday, I was driving in, I think it was coming into Savannah, I believe, and I saw them flying, 3 of them. They normally fly as a group. They seem to be very social creatures, at least in a pair, if not more. And I saw something in the sky flying, and I'm like, I think those are Cayman parrots. I got a better look, and sure enough, there they were flying. Yeah, they're gorgeous. Ooh, yes. Ooh, Miss Iva, keep me posted. I love my Cayman mangoes, child. BA flight. So let me answer your question, young man. You guys know that we get things in real time. Oh, Dana. No, I'm sure that they are treated. I know Shirley loves her parrots, so I think that they are treated extremely well. I don't know how much they get to fly around, but Carosita needs a mug. Well, make sure you get them quick when they come this time, child, because there's a limited number. So who was asking about the flights? Was that yeah, they're super cute. Flight question was from Anthony. Was it Anthony? Yes. So Anthony, straight from the horse's mouth. Here's what we know about the BA flights. So BA for September is only going to be the 8th and the 9th and the 22nd and the 23rd. They're nearly fully booked, and there are no other flights confirmed. So y'all, Anthony, get on the phone right now, pause the show, and get on the phone and call British Airways and book that flight, honey child. If you're trying to get back, those are your options. Yes, let me just put it, let's ticker scroll here in case y'all need that, because that's going to be it. All right, you heard it here first. Get on it. Thank you very, very much. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you for those much better pictures than what I have. That's beautiful. Yeah, so the birthday is next week, Wednesday. Super excited. All right, so listen, we have, did I bring with me the survey, the tourism stipend survey? Oh, yes, child. So we have this Displaced Tourism Employees Survey that came out July the 16th. This is when we had the press conference the other day. So get your copy. I have it available electronically as well. I'm going to put that together, Louis, and post that up later on. So a couple interesting things here. Somebody was saying to me that a lot of our frontline employees, including like customs, are not vaccinated. Now, the government hasn't mandated vaccination yet. A lot of private companies, especially for work permit holders, are saying, listen, upon renewal of your work permit, we're going to mandate it. And if you're a new contract hire, we're going to mandate it. like I said, I don't blame him one bit. I'm going to discuss, I think over the weekend, hopefully I'll have some time to do a couple COVID videos, but my husband has to work. Y'all know we're a working family, right? We're two household working family. And I know he's got some busy time coming up at work, and he's actually going to be working over the weekend. So that means that I'm on duty full time as mama. She's so sweet. She's like, Mama. She looks in the morning. She's like, Mama, can I have some bacon today? And then she tells, I have a little bit of help now during the summer because she's on break. She tells the babysitter that bacon is vegan. And I was like, not normally, but we are eating turkey bacon. But yes, bacon's not normally vegan. Oh, I just love how she says, Mama, and her cute little voice. I'm just like, oh my God. Anyway, so I don't know if I'll get to make any videos this weekend or not, but I'm going to do my best to make a few. So this survey, folks, is only 29 pages long. And I feel like, let me see if I can pull up the electronic copy so that you guys can follow along. I feel like we need to delve into this survey. We need to delve into a lot of things, including the Auditor General's report. Because, child, you know, we're going to give the civil service credit for the things they get right. And then the things that they don't get right, we need to talk about. Because we need to fix these things. So, let me just see where this survey went. I know that I got a link for it, I believe. So some of y'all been messaging me about having a warm time with oh yes, there's also an annual report monitoring boards for prison. That report has come out as well. That's another one we got to put up for you guys. Where's that? Hold on now. I'm trying to find the survey tab. Yeah, when you get so many emails, it's just like, where did that email go? Let me see. Yes, thank you, Alexa. All right, let me see now. Where is that survey? Wednesdays, emails. Oh, yes. Is this it? No, that's not the one. Oh, Monday. Here we go. Displaced tourism employee stipend. Some people still waiting for stipend money too, I've heard. I don't know what's going on with that. Dana, thank you. Dana, if you had them already, you can keep them, and you had to register them so that they know you're not taking any more. But Shirley, thank you, because these are her birds, and she has confirmed that they were actually rescues, and they are registered and well kept. Their wings are not clipped, and they are free to fly when they want. Only one made that choice. There you go. These two seem to feel happy and safe where they are. Keep in mind, some people are shooting parrots. That's super sad. And I hope y'all learn that they're shooting parrots, because we don't want to do that. So yes, we have turkey bacon, child. The turkey bacon doesn't taste like the same thing, but it's all right. I don't mind it, because I'm not like a huge bacon eater. But I must tell you that there's certain recipes, Dana, that turkey bacon just is not the same. It just isn't bacon. So when I splurge on my mac and cheese, for example, because I do a special mac and cheese with the expensive cheese, gel, and bacon. Ooh, and all the extra salt. Oh my gosh. When I make that one, even non-bacon eaters, eat it. Because they're like, oh, that's bacon, honey child. I don't care. Give me some of that mac and cheese because that's how good it is. So let's go through this stipend survey. I know the minister also wanted to join us, so I'll wait to see if he's going to join us. We do have another message about the social studies books. This person says they're beautiful. Why haven't we kept up with that standard? I wonder if any of the schools have Commissioner Hearst's notes on the history of the Cayman Islands that was published in 1909. It is the most accurate and badly needs to be updated, but not as the last one was. Okay. All right. Oh, so cute. So thank you very much. What is the most expensive cheese? Well, I don't know what the most expensive cheese is because you don't have to use the most expensive cheese for good mac and cheese, but we use a more expensive one when we're going a little bit extra. When we're doing some bougie mac and cheese, like you can do like truffle, you can do truffle mac and cheese and you kind of get the really nice stuff. So there are a couple different ones with good mac and cheese. Variety is always important. And you can use, I don't even know how many types of cheeses there are, but I feel like there are at least hundreds of types of cheese out there. And so you can get very exotic brands, but you got to be careful because cheese is like, I feel like you could be a cheese connoisseur. So blue cheese tastes different than, oh God, what are some, there's some cheeses that don't really work well with mac and cheese. So you've got to be careful which ones you use, but y'all making me hungry already. Will you stop it, please, Louie? I'm trying not to eat before I have to go on the road. All right, so let's talk about the survey, our tourism survey. Here we go. So we had this press conference, right? And there were some surprises, I think, from this. So the registration is closed for stipend, folks. And I feel like to download this document, why do you need my name and information? It ain't none of your business. Sure. Fools. See, this is the kind of thing, DOT, that gets y'all in trouble with the ombudsman's office. Because they're going to soon message you and tell you, for an online survey that should be free to everyone, why do you need any of my information? You don't need my information to give me access to a public document. Government, get yourselves together. All right. And you're not going to be putting in any kind of fool names. But we'll use our real name, Sandy. tips@caymanmarroad.com if you ever want to reach us. I agree to receiving emails. No, I don't want any emails. Thank you. Speaking of that, though, someone did send me an email from DOT yesterday about reopening of the borders. I'm going to share that one with you guys here in a little bit. But nope, I don't need no emails. Download the report. All of that for public report. All right, here we go. Okay, displays tourism employee. Let's see if there are any surprises in here. Like I said, it's only 20-something pages long. Why does it still say draft on it? Hello. Well, go on. It's not a draft anymore, is it? The final report? Huh. Interesting. Y'all need to upload the new one? All right. I'm just here as an observer. Miss Darlene says she loves Velveeta cheese. I have never used Velveeta cheese, to be honest. Believe it or not, on my mac and cheese. Our cooking show is coming soon, but I need people. Stick a pin. Just one moment, please. I need people who are willing to participate in the cooking show. Now, I got a lot of message when I put that thing up on the online. People are like, oh, I want to come and participate. And I'm like, great. When can we come and start cooking? Child, they were like, no, I'm coming to eat. I said, what? No, we need people to cook before we can start eating. So the idea with the cooking show, folks, is we come in your home and you're going to show us your favorite dish. And we're going to record that and we're going to, enjoy conversation around a meal. That's the whole idea around the cooking show. And some of y'all can cook. I know this because y'all be trying to feed me too. Good morning, Miss Ethel. All right, let's go back to this report. That reminds me, I need to message Raul Nicholson Co. because his wife can cook, child. Okie dokie. So draft, they've got a little introduction. They tell you the methodology used. Wonderful. So it was completed by 3,000. Oh, Josephine, are you volunteering? What are you gonna cook? Some Spanish food or what? Let me know. Online survey was completed by 3,107 current Ministry of Tourism stipend recipients. That is 91.5% of the 3,396. What happened to the rest of them? Track them down. Y'all know who they are. But that's still pretty good. That's a pretty decent rate for survey, but it was mandatory. So I would have expected 100% compliance. And I'm guessing that government, well, let me increase the size in this because I'm not sure y'all can see this. I'm guessing that government needs to track down the other 9 point whatever percent, right? Yes, and it says they're still making efforts to do so. Good. So shout out to the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism team trying to assist the other 289 outstanding persons who have not completed the survey to do so. All right. Gender. I love looking at reports. Yes. So we have majority women, not surprising there. Most of the time I think we just have more women in Cayman. That's accounts for that. 55% women, 1,708 number of persons, 45% men. Pretty even though, not too bad. One in every 3 men, so 33% surveyed, reported that they worked as managers or supervisors, while close to 1 in every 4 women were in a similar situation. Interesting. Nothing on that yet, Sue. Thank you, Miss Wanda. Oh, Jean Scott says many people might not feel comfortable to have others in their home, but they can cook. Well, that's no problem because y'all know we always looking for solutions to problems. And I thought about that as well. I thought about it in 2 different ways, to be quite honest. On the one hand, when you're in your own kitchen, you kind of know where everything is. Like it is hard for me to go into somebody else's kitchen because I'm like, okay, there's a special spatula I want to use, or a special cup, or a special pot, and whatever. So it's difficult. But I had thought about that, and so we are working on a solution where we need someone with like a commercial size kitchen or whatever, but we have a lot of beautiful homes in Cayman and people have big kitchens. So I don't know that would necessarily be an issue. But yes, because y'all know, like if you have a stove, you know how your stove works. And your oven, you put it at a certain temperature, different ovens cook stuff differently. Sometimes they're very unique things to your own appliances and whatever. But in the event, that should not make people hesitate. So we will find a commercial kitchen. I've actually been toying around with speaking to Larry and Alti because they actually have a commercial grade kitchen over at A.L. Thompson's. And I don't think it gets a whole lot of use over there. So we could talk to them. I've already reached out to them. In fact, I just need to follow up about potentially using that kitchen sometime. And then I've got another person who has access to a kitchen. I think I'm going to remind him, he was going to follow up and let me know what kitchens we could have access to. So don't worry, we're working on that. Don't let that be a deterrence. If you're interested in cooking, just contact me and we will find a kitchen. Speaking of which, whatever happened to the kitchen that Woody Foster and them used to use for their videos? Isn't there a commercial kitchen at one of the government schools as well? Anyway, we will find a kitchen, child. Thank you, Miss Wanda. We're definitely on it. I want to do it, and I've been wanting to do it for a minute. And in fact, let me show you guys something. I know listen, everybody in this show has a little touch of ADHD because we go from like one thing to the next. Y'all just need to keep up. Let me show you the logo for the cooking show. So we're not yet. We have a couple samples. I feel like we'll vote on these. Let me just move this over to the screen. Is this going to let me show you the screen? No? Okay, hold on. Oh, because I have this window open. It won't let me do it. Oh, darn. Hold on now. Let me see if I share screen again. All right, if I do it this way, hold on a second. I think I might be able to do it this way. So yeah, we have our logos. I'm just waiting on the designer. Can you see them? Yeah, a little bit. They're not terribly large, but view extra large. So I'm waiting on the designer to do the video for me, but these are the logos that we have, Cooking with Sandy. And we'll vote on which one is going to be kind of the standard logo. They're pretty much all the same, just different coloring. I personally really like this black on gold look. What do y'all think of that one? I like that one. Our look came in straw hat, Cooking with Sandy and CMR. I actually really like that one. What do y'all think? Anyway, we'll look at that one day. I'm just showing you guys a little preview. We are also looking at the we're also looking at doing a promo video and stuff for it. So we're working on a lot of things behind the scenes. Don't y'all worry. Philip wants to know about Cayman Airways flights for September. All right, Philip, give us a second. Let's focus on the survey for a minute. We're all over the place this morning. We'll get back to the flights. All right, so there's a gender breakdown. Interesting about supervisors. Anybody surprised by those numbers? I just got a volunteer to cook some food. Oh my gosh, y'all are making me hungry. Thank you. This person said red snapper and coconut curry salt. What? All right. We got some cooks in the house, some chefs. One of the possible reasons for lower percentage of women in supervisory positions could be that 60% of females were employed in accommodations or retail pre-COVID. So that's interesting. These industries generally have a higher supervisor to staff ratio, and many of the men surveyed, 71%, were employed in water sports, accommodations, taxi operation, tour operators. So it's kind of interesting in terms of where in the tourism industry people are working. Thank you, Ms. Judy. UCCI is a kitchen. We'll check it out. Colin's already hungry. And the show hasn't started yet. My goodness. All right, so let's look at the breakdown here. Can you all see that? Hotels and accommodations. So hotels account for 33% of males and 67% of females. Accommodations other. Thank you, Phil or Paul, for that. I agree. I like that one too. 80% females and 20% male. I wish they would just do a total number in that last column. And then we have airport services, attractions, food services. I'm a little bit confused by this. Car rentals, cruise tender. They were all male, 17. Transportation, public buses, mostly men. Taxi operators, almost 50-50. Tour operators, isn't this interesting? Vast majority, 68% are men. Oh, I see what they've done here. Right. Okay. Got it. Travel agency, 85% women. It's so interesting that there are certain professions that are dominated by women and certain professions that are dominated by men. Can you guys see the survey okay? I know it's, let me enlarge it just a little bit more. There we go. So super interesting indeed, but it makes sense for certain industries. I mean, I'm not surprised that there's not a lot of women working at or there's no women apparently working on a tender. Water sports, mostly men. That again makes a lot of sense to me. There are some women who are in the water sports industry. Travel agency, mostly females. So the age of persons receiving the stipend skews towards the older age group, with 50% of those persons who complete the survey being at the age of 47. Only 27% of respondents were 35 years or younger, and the average age of respondents was 46.3%. The average age was 46.3 years old. Females, an average of 47.4. Males at 44.9. Interesting. Now, what they get from this is that this shows the urgent need to put programs in place to get young Caymanians more involved in the tourism industry. Having said that, I can't help but wonder if, I mean, yes, I think it's an important thing to develop our younger people in this line of work for sure in tourism. But remember that the average population size in Cayman is like 50 years old anyway, like the average voter. So when you go back to the elections office and you look at, those age demographics, at least for the voters, it is around that 50. I was hoping that the drive to get younger voters out would have seen an increase in the voting age, but the median age actually went up slightly for voters. I thought that was super interesting. Now, this should be driving policy decisions. So what are we going to do to get Caymanians, young Caymanians, interested in the tourism sector? Well, young Colin, you're young. Who else is young that I know normally watches the show? Jared, tell me what you guys think. What would make tourism more attractive to younger folks? Do you see this as being, you don't want to be involved in transportation because there's a lot of there's cruise, tenders, there's car rentals, public buses, taxis, tours, entertainment and other, restaurants, bars, catering, so on. So mostly women, again, working in the food services industry. Jean Scott says, I think it has to do with the pay. Well, what is it about the pay? Because apparently people in this business make good money. This seems to be a bit of misinformation that is out there about how much you can make in tourism. Because I keep hearing they can make good money when you combine tips and so on. right? And what's the alternative? What jobs are young people out there looking at that they would rather do that they think makes them a lot more money? I'm just wondering, like, what is it? What are they out there hustling? Is it because they want to be doctors and lawyers and they're all going in that profession? Can we find out what interests young people? Are we surveying? I mean, so this survey is interesting in its own right, I suppose. But my next logical question is, are we surveying young people, middle school and high school, to say, what are you interested in doing? In 5 years, where do you see yourself? What career path are you interested in? Anybody know if we're doing surveys in the schools? Education? Anybody? Miss Honorable Juliana O'Connor Connolly? Education Ministry, Education Department? Are we surveying? Do we have surveying tools in place to find out what our young people are interested in? To me, this is something we should be doing on an annual basis. We could determine trends. Where do young people see themselves going? What are they interested in? And you know what? Maybe some young people are saying, I want to be a rapper. Some young people might be bold enough to say, I want to be a drug dealer. And then those are young people that you go, oh, honey child, we need to get you in some serious programs to focus your energy elsewhere, because that's not what we're about in this country. Listen, get on it. King says it's the wages. That's what I presume. The bulk of money comes from tips, I hear. And but you aren't always fortunate to get a share. We're going to be talking about the Ritz soon. Maybe on Monday we're ready to have that discussion. Maybe we could embrace our culture a bit more to show young tourists why Cayman is so beautiful. Well, Colin, yes. Have you ever thought about a career in tourism? Colin keeps talking about coming on the show. Now, Colin, I am going to give you an opportunity. Your wish shall be granted today. I'm going to send you the link because I want to hear what you have to say. As a young Caymanian, you're still a teenager, you're still in school. I'm going to send you the link and I want you to tell me. Come on, hopefully you're awake now. What is it? Do you have any interest in tourism? And if so, have you thought about it? What areas of tourism might you be interested in? Anybody, Jared, can join the show. Let me remind you of how easy it is actually to join the program. Very easy.
Yeah. This is the Cold Hard Truth News Podcast. Cold Hard Truth News Podcast. Come make we talk on the live broadcast. This is the Cayman #1 live talk show. Come make we talk where you go on the news.
All right. Dana thinks that I know they had enough this week. My friend drives taxi and they had flights come in from Miami Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I think she said again on Saturday and Sunday, loaded with unknowns, work permit in hand, hot mess. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord, hot mess. Darlene says it's all about the pay. Base pay is $450 and they're robbed of their tips because management is collecting their share too. Huh. Interesting. Cece speaks about when she was in school, she wanted to do work experience at immigration and they sent her to the youth services unit instead. At the time, we did job experience. Well, what ended up happening when you were at youth services? I'm just curious. Did you say to yourself, oh, well, youth services just isn't for me. Government work isn't for me. Like, what was your experience like? How do we engage young people more and make these types of experiences more meaningful for them? There needs to be more internships in restaurants and bars and Even tour operators. Take a kid along and make him drive on the bus to see what it's like. Cab is being honest. Says, I think younger Caymanians like myself are caught up with the glamour or seamless glamorous lifestyle of working in air conditioning and in an office. Most of us don't like hard labor. Well, tell the truth, child. And would prefer to get their nails done and hair done, etc. It's the NOSA, I ain't doing that mentality that most youngsters have. NOSA? I ain't doing that. I have to tell you, I was out in the hot sun yesterday for a minute. Colin, I see you. Just hold on. And it occurred to me that I could not work outside. Oh, honey child. I get it, Keb. I was like, oh, this heat is unbearable. August heat. Now, if I were a tour operator, well, I guess you're getting maybe in and off the bus. Maybe that's not too bad. But I thought to myself, water sports, at least you could jump in the water, I suppose. Hot, when it's hot, it's hot. So maybe it's not for everybody. I like the comforts of air conditioning myself, child. But I think that this says a lot. And so when we talk about the fact that we are importing a lot of foreign workers to work in tourism, it looks to me like it's only going to get worse. And y'all are going to be complaining about this. But if young people are not interested, they're not taking up the job opportunities, then what the heck? Here's the breakdown in age. Most people, 23.9%, are in that 46 to 55-year-old. Good morning, Colin. You need to unmute your mic. Sue says, Dana, no way, still letting them all come in here and permits. There should be stopped by the Minister of Tourism. But Ms. Sue, this is my question. If the jobs are there and Caymanians are not applying for the jobs, how can you tell the Minister of Tourism or anybody else to stop bringing people in and work permits? First, you need somebody to do the job. I mean, as a business owner, if I need to hire someone, you couldn't tell me, oh, well, you can't hire anybody at all. Because if I advertise the job and there are no Caymanians applying, what am I supposed to do? Beat people over the head and drag them into work? Colin, young man, good morning. Hello.
Morning, Mauro.
Hi. How are you?
My mic on?
Yeah, you got some feedback.
Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Are you ready?
My audio. Hold on,
right,
my settings
Colin,
are.
sort out your audio. We're gonna pull Jared in. You sort yourself out there, and we're gonna come back to you. Buenos dias, Jared. Darlene says her daughter was a full-time property manager at 18, managing 7 different properties. What? Wow, beautiful. How are you, Jared?
I'm doing good. Morning.
Good morning. We love seeing you in the program. You got yourself a nice little hairstyle today?
I did, yes.
Yes,
I got
fresh.
it coin, bro.
Looking fresh.
Thank you.
So Jared, have you ever had any interest in working in tourism?
Other than immigration department, no. That's
talk the truth.
I feel like you're on the front line. You're serving your community. You're serving your country. Yes. I say that to say, when you're being shown the different jobs in tourism, they don't look that interesting. I don't know any young person. I don't know any young person that want to be a bus driver, Miss Sandra.
So tell me, how were you shown the jobs? Like when you were in high school or middle school,
what they would do,
take you on a tour?
What they would do, they'd have career fairs, right? Okay. And they'd have different companies like Marriott, they'll have the Ritz-Carlton, they'll have the Hyatt Regency come and they say, okay, here are the different positions that you can have. Obviously, if you look at the more administrative jobs, those jobs usually take experience and qualifications. I don't think it's wrong for young people to want to aspire to be at the top of the food chain, but it's usually bus driver, bookkeeper, generally receptionists, water sports, that sort of thing. But I do know there are administrative positions such as manager, front house manager, back end manager. There is culinary, which I think we're pretty big on. We're steadily increasing our dominance in that. But yeah, it just seems very limiting. But there's more that can be done. It's just that a lot of it hasn't been marketed per se.
It's interesting because on the one hand, we're complaining that, we have the face of tourism being the expat population, but what else is going to be if Caymanians are really not that interested in tourism? And there's a lot of jobs that fit the tourism umbrella. So it's not just front desk and bellboy. There's a lot of different things that you can be involved in. So what do you think then needs to be done, and whose responsibility should it be to make the tourism industry more appealing to young people? What more can they do, really?
Well, I think, to be honest, I don't recall, like, when I was in high school on, like, different positions in tourism. I think it has to do with, cultural pride. I believe every Caymanian has a pride where, they want to see themselves, in the people that they're serving. I think a lot of investment has to be put into, I guess, solidifying more of our cultural identity other than just going to, like, carnival events and, dancing up and down. We have to do more in terms of saying that we should see ourselves everywhere, right? We should see ourselves running the prisons. We should see ourselves running the fire department. We should see ourselves running the immigration department. I think when you have, and it's not anything to knock out different cultures, but when you have paradoxical cultures, it makes it a bit difficult to see yourself, along the board. So if schools would invest in saying, there's nothing wrong with being a bus driver, there's nothing wrong, with, being at a receptionist desk, but there is that stigma where people want a bank job, people want AC job, people don't want to, be looking like they're working a lot. And I would say this, Miss Sandy, I remember, like, my first job. When I worked as a warehouse manager. Miss Sandy, I never worked so hard in my life because because it is a lot of work. Make no mistake.
And when you say work hard, you mean physical labor.
It was physically demanding because I'd had to pick up boxes. I had to, drop them off at different locations. There's so much change going on that for someone who just wants to be at a desk, that'd be, nice. But I will say, having worked at a desk, it is very monotonous as well. So it's really finding what the person is passionate about. And I think working for immigration is the best thing, in my opinion. I think that is what Caymanians would go to because it's a mix, right? You get to work at a desk, people want variability. Young people want things that can always change and, so yeah.
Interesting. So in some respects, young people are running from what they see as physically demanding jobs and the heat. So they're looking for a little bit of creature comfort. I mean, we're just being honest here.
Yeah.
Right. But maybe there are ways to offset some of those, because every job has a negative and a positive. Even a desk job, sitting at a desk all day, well, that's not good for your health, to be honest. I think a lot of tourism jobs, you get a built-in exercise component because you're always up and down and walking and moving and whatever. So maybe we just need to sell and promote the industry a little bit differently.
Yes.
To make it more appealing to people. So Miss Vernita, thank you. Someone on WhatsApp sent us a message saying that they used to work in the hospitality industry and they would live off of their tips alone and not touch their pay. So it's a good industry to work in. The only reason I don't want to work in it anymore is because my daughter, no time for her anymore. So a lot of people are thinking about family and probably the hours and stuff involved. Colin is back. Colin, can you hear us?
I can.
Okay, Colin, how are you?
I'm good. Sorry, I had to switch to my iPad from my phone because it kept
No
crashing.
problem. Colin, have you ever considered a job in tourism?
Well, I want to be a pilot, so I guess that can be considered tourism.
Pilots. That's not exactly tourism, but okay. That's a stretch to include being a pilot in the tourism category. So you've never thought about tourism. That's never been on your radar.
I guess not.
Oh, okay. Did you ever, you're still 16, so you're in high school, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever get any one saying to you while you were in school, hey, would you like some work experience in a tourism job? Would you like to go to the Ritz to see what a person does, like all the different jobs in the kitchen, all the front end jobs, all the back office jobs? Did anyone ever afford you any of those opportunities?
Not that I can remember, but they will offer that to like the higher up grades, like the 12th graders, I think, in my school. So, stuff like that, because they're older, about to go into the world.
Well, I think they need to start younger is the point. Miss Darlene.
Yeah, but I think that's how that goes in my school. Not entirely sure, but that's as far as I know.
Okay, no problem. Miss Darlene says that the hotels are not making the jobs attractive to young people because they want to hire from outside. And then on the other hand, we as parents tend to look down on those jobs for children. Philip says property managers were limited to Caymanians only for a long time. I did it for a while and totally enjoyed it. I also worked for Cayman Airways in several roles and also with a travel agency for a period of time. Tourism is a great industry to work in and gives you a sense of pride in your country. Ms. Siobhan, are you ready? Ms. Sue says both of my daughters started at Cayman Airways and then property managers until Ivan came about, and they moved up after that to, it doesn't say what they moved up to after that, but okay. Great industry, but the different shifts can be hectic. Yes, because tourism doesn't really tend to be a 9-to-5 job. So that's important to know as well. All right, I think Siobhan is almost ready to join us. So Colin is set to be a pilot. That's where his heart is. And I can understand once you've got your mind on a very specific thing. For me, from the age of 9, I knew that I wanted to be a lawyer, but look at where I end up. I'm not a lawyer. So life takes you in all sorts of very interesting places along this journey. And as I always say, you are right where you're supposed to be. Siobhan trying to get all beautified there. Siobhan, I don't know what you're doing, girl, but you look good already. So I think just speaking to Colin and Jared, maybe there are some programs that could be improved upon in terms of in the schools. And I say careers, like even from middle school, children start to get interested in different things. So for example, my daughter is only 5 years old and she says she wants to be a teacher. I don't know what she knows about being a teacher yet, but that's what she keeps saying. Like every time I'm like, what do you want to be? She says, I want to be a teacher. And I don't discount being a teacher. I don't say, well, being a teacher is not the job for you, or you must be a lawyer, you must be an accountant. I think that she'll find her way. I think we're going to try to pull in Siobhan, although she looks like she's frozen right now. So, I think that parents have a responsibility, as someone just said, to encourage children. I think it was Miss Darlene, to encourage their curiosity into different areas. If they want to be a teacher, tell them all the different, there's so many types of teachers out there. You can specialize in certain areas of teaching, right? You can be, you can teach at the primary school level, elementary school. She probably is just in love with her teachers, I think. And she's thinking, wow, teachers are heroes. And being a teacher is so much fun. Kev says, why does everyone want to be a pilot here? There are other job opportunities besides flying a plane. What about the person who fixes them? Like a mechanic, an air traffic controller, cargo handler. Caymanians also have a horrible habit of copying off of each other. Okay, well, let's delve into that a little bit. Colin, you're only 16, so we're not trying to pressure you too much. But do you have any idea why you want to be a pilot?
Well, since I was 2, I just love planes. So I really would love to fly them. And as I got older, I started doing some research on planes and the world of aviation. And it's just much more than, you know, taking the plane in the air and then landing it somewhere else. There's a lot more behind that than people think. It's actually much more complicated than it sounds, because there's a lot of stuff that you have to do within that cockpit to even start the engines up and then taxi it all the way down to the runway and then take it back off from that runway and go where you need to go, keep it in the air, well, to safely keep it in the air, to fly it to its destination, and being prepared for if you're not able to get to your destination, if something happens with the plane, that you are able to land somewhere else to the nearest airport. And yeah, because that's what some people just don't really get or don't really know about aviation. It's much more than it seems. And but yeah, I that's why I love it so much. I just really want to get in there, learn how to do what they do, and just fly all over the world.
So we need to get you a little internship at Cayman Airways. Siobhan, good morning.
Morning, guys. Morning, Cayman. Morning, Sandra.
How
morning,
are
young
you?
man. I'm good, thank you. I hope everybody can see me. I'm not as tech savvy as these younger people, but I felt it so imperative to jump on to this this topic because I have firsthand knowledge of this industry. My grandfather is Captain Dallas Ebanks, one of the greatest seamen, one of the founders of Stingray City. My entire life, my grandfather is 85. He's done this for 60 years. Or I'm sure probably more, but I think it's around about 60 years. He's been doing this. My uncles are all in it. My mom is in it. My aunt is, my entire family. This is what they've done, and they've largely focused on the water sports industry. And I don't think that they have managed to eke out such a bad living. Granted, things have changed tremendously over the years in the industry in general, in tourism in general. I actually think that the problem isn't at all whether or not we are attracting people to the industry. It's clear that we're attracting people, but we aren't attracting Caymanians anymore. And there's a myriad of reasons. We've got some, I'd call them greenhorns, FOB, you know, who are flat out saying, that is not attractive to me. I want to sit at a desk. My passion is flying a plane. I believe that in pursuing your passion, I've worked in financial services for almost 15 years. But at the age of 10, I knew that I would be a lawyer. And I'm getting a bit of feedback. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I get that. But as Miss Darlene, I believe Manzanares pointed out there, the problem largely stands with where the salaries are at the moment. There's not a lot that we can do to that. That's in legislation. But there are a lot of things that we can do to help improve that situation. I don't think by any means that $4.50 an hour is even I don't know what to call it. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what to call it. But when the competition, when you've opened it up to everybody and their mother from any and every corner of the globe, it becomes that much less. It becomes that much less. That coupled with the fact of banks, a lot of banks, these jobs are largely driven by tips and grats. if people are able to come here and earn and make a successful living, and some end up staying here and just moving up the ladder, why is that possible? Why is that not a possibility for Caymanians? We have students going off year after year studying hospitality management. That is tourism. That is tourism. We need to move away from not normalizing these summer jobs for our children and thinking that they are better than, or this is less than them. We go to the US, I mean, quite frequently, maybe not so much in the last 2 years, give or take, but look around. The person serving us our smoothie in the mall is usually a high school student. The person serving us our Burger King at the drive-thru, usually a student. We need to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere. And pride comes before the fall. You can be proud. You can have pride, but you don't have to be proud. And that's part of the reason for so long we have touted doctors and lawyers and accountants, doctors, lawyers and accountants, doctors, lawyers and accountants. Look around. The industry is saturated. We probably have more Caymanians holding business degrees than any other degrees in awarded, and we're still barely towing the line when it comes to being able to live a comfortable life. We're still barely towing the line. I say all of that to say I look on and I can speak specific to this industry. Like I said, all of my life, this is what I've known. This is what I've done. I didn't go into it. I didn't go into the industry because I always knew I wanted to be a lawyer. But at 15, every summer from 15 to 18, I worked at with my grandfather and my mother, booking tours, selling Stingray City tours. It wasn't about what I had aspired to be. It was about the fact that I had ambition and I know I needed to start somewhere. We need to get to that place where we are telling our children, start somewhere. There's nothing wrong with a summer job at the gas station. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. And we need to start plugging that. It's where you finish. I promise you, I think of a very, very, God bless his soul, dear friend who passed away. You know, he ran one of the largest and most successful hotel chains in the world, the Sandals Resort. The Sandals Resort in the world. He started off as and like I said, God bless his soul. He would tell you, literally grew up dirt poor. And he started out, what he said, walking around the hotels barefoot, being a drink runner, running drinks for people, wasn't getting paid. He would show up at the beach. You want me to go get you a drink? Yeah, sure, no problem. The drink costs $8. They gave him $10. He kept the $2. Yeah. Start somewhere. But this is so multifaceted. I think back to Ezra Miller, who said that there should be protected jobs for Caymanians. And everybody was up in arms and, oh, why would you do that? Why would you limit jobs to purely Caymanians? You're going to limit their progression. You're going to limit them and confine them to one industry. Well, I think of people like Ernest Smatt, Red Sails Water Sports. I can't tell you how many foreign owned tourism businesses, the Nautilus. I can't tell you. I can't resort water sports. I cannot tell you the amount. And I stop and I think that it was people like my granddad, Captain Marvin, Captain Gleason, my uncle, Captain Alfonso. I could go on for days.
But what has
built this
happened,
industry.
Siobhan? What do you think? Okay, you're a product of a captain. So your grandfather was a captain. Why do you think that you never got involved in water sports? Because that's your heritage as a family. And I think about of all these West Bay families, Captain Marvin had at least 13 children, and I know a few of them are still involved in that. I think
absolutely
he has a granddaughter, Allison, that is in water sports.
Correct.
But why do you think more of his children and grandchildren didn't explore those opportunities?
I believe as the industry began to grow, we began to, in true Cayman kind, we began to bring people on board. In a lot of instances, those were expatriate people. We simply didn't have the complement, the population to support the growth of the industry. We really didn't have it.
Is some of it also our desire to have cheaper labor that people argue can be more dependable, because they only have one job when they come here, and that's to work for you. And you can work them like a workhorse. They don't normally have any family obligations here or anything else. So they can just focus on work, get your work done, cheaper labor, and that's it. Maybe it's as simple as that.
And that I agree is part, it goes along with it. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything. I've heard my grandfather complain and, oh, well, I hired Sandra and she's supposed to be here today and she didn't show up. I've heard that, but I've also heard that on the side of expatriate workers too. Oh, he's meant to be on my boat, but he's jumping boat and he's gone with Sandra today and he's supposed to be with me today. So we're going to spread this blame. I am an ecumenical abuser. Everybody's going to get their share of this. But for us to continue to water it down, and we're watering down our product. My grandmother was a housekeeper all of my life. I don't think she did so bad for herself. I don't think they did so bad for themselves. My grandmother worked at the Victoria House, now torn down. But I think of the people like Miss Nelba Ebanks, Miss Jen, my grandma. I mean, like I keep saying, it's so hard for me to believe that these people are still alive and around, because they were all from the time I was born, they were old. But I think back to going to the hotel with my grandmother and literally running in there. I mean, I think the hotel had 2 stories. I think it had 2 stories. And I was so excited to be fixing beds. And it was, I got to work. Sometimes my grandma only gave me $1 US, but I got paid. Sometimes.
So Dana says that you're pushing tourism, but you've actually never worked in it. but you said that you used to help out your grandma.
I did work in tourism.
And I wonder how many hotels now would be even open to that sort of thing. I doubt it, because they have such tight security protocols and everything else. You probably can't even take your kids to work anymore.
But this is it. So why, but and it's not. I'm not telling. And I didn't see Dana's comment. And forgive me. I am pushing tourism because this tourism was what this island was built on. So it had to be built on the backs of Caymanians. It had to be built on the backs of Caymanians. And now we've imported all of this foreign labor. The product is inevitably watered down. What is the true experience that people are coming here for? What is it? What is it? Because I know that Mr. John came from Minnesota for the last 28 years because he wanted to see my grandmother, Miss Looney, and he always stayed at Victoria House number 6 because he liked Miss Looney. He liked the service. It wasn't about how much you made or how much you didn't make. That in itself is a huge component. But that is something that I believe that we can address on a legislative level. It can be addressed. It can be addressed if we choose to address it. But every time something starts, the value of something starts to diminish, what are we going to do? Keep turning our backs on it? I mean, I'm going to tell you, I cringe, I grind my teeth when I it is my distinct pleasure to jump on a bus just hang out with, go to work with my mom at this age and jump on a bus just to be on the island tour. I
wonder how many of we're just about out of time today, and I do have a 10 o'clock this morning, but we're gonna have to continue this conversation on Monday, because I'm even sitting here thinking, as a Caymanian and as Caymanians, how many of us even enjoy our tourism product pre-COVID? Because COVID is here, you not got no choice but to take a staycation. But before COVID, how many of us are going out to the different, available, going out in a boat, going out in a fishing tour, doing the little one. What's the little one with the amphibian bus where you can do the land tour and then they take you into the ocean? There is, by the way, they are retiring. I almost forgot this. They're retiring the submarine. Does that happen today? Oh my God, I gotta try to remember. Atlantis submarine.
Yeah, Atlantis is closing down.
Transport. It's gone already, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I missed it. It's gone to California.
Yeah.
Aw, it was last week Saturday. I meant to try to get in contact with them, but I just been so busy. So that's gone. But how many of us even do touristy things to see what the tourist industry is like locally, enjoy it, get on a bus, tour the island. When
we brand it as touristy things, it removes the native element to it of it. When we brand it as touristy things, it's cultural. The blowholes are cultural. I've never been anywhere else in the world that I've ever seen blowholes. I've never been anywhere else in the world that I've seen wattle daub houses. Now, mind you, every developer and their cousin is trying to tear them down, but I've never gone anywhere and seen people handling stingrays. I've never gone anywhere in the world and seen more beautiful beaches. That is our product, and we brand them as tourist attractions, like it's Disney World. This is a natural resource. Caymanians are a natural resource, and we are the tourism product. But until we start to see that we are the product, it's going to continue to diminish. It's going to continue to just go down the drain. I work in financial services, and I promise you, every time that I get an opportunity to speak to a client, even before lockdown, I was plugging away for Cayman. Oh, and to the caller who said I actually didn't work in tourism, I actually did. Totally forgot. I spent 2 years at Cayman Airways. 2 years. Totally forgot that. Reservations and working the counter. 2 years.
Let's see a comment here from one of our WhatsApp viewers. They share that it's way too late. They start way too late discussing career opportunities for kids in schools. They need to start in the 9th grade. Kids need more exposure. At 11th grade, it sends the kids into panic stress mode of making a decision under pressure, and sad to say, no decision at all. These children need the opportunity to know what they're studying for, a goal if they want. So for example, if they say that I want to be a pilot, then okay. Then I need to concentrate on math and geography. If I want to study law, then I need to do more research, love to read. I want to own my own business, find a passion, pay attention to economics. This plan is a no-brainer, and our educators are just taking the kids through the process. So very, very interesting perspective there for sure. And another comment has come in that says, I've had to enjoy the tourism industry when I became a concierge in 2017. My experience getting to know more about Cayman was amazing. Having gone from corporate to concierge, I was afraid of what my peers would think. Wow. But it opened my eyes to appreciate my island and what everyone else is coming here to enjoy. Very interesting that they were concerned about what people think, because somehow along the way, we have relegated tourism to being a less than ideal profession.
That's
right?
it.
Everybody's like, oh, well, who wants to be in tourism? And it's like, what? All right, listen, folks, we are out of time. So Evelyn says that she remembers you, Siobhan, as a child on the South Terminal selling tours with your mom and granddad. Colin, I see you finally turned on your camera, so good to see you. But let's pick up this conversation on Monday because I've gotten nowhere yet with the survey, and I do want to go through the survey because I think that there's a lot of things that we can learn from the survey. So let's do part 2 of this conversation. Jared, you're in. I'll see you on Monday.
I have work on Monday.
Okay.
But I will chime in.
Yeah. Get your coins.
Right.
Siobhan, hopefully you can join us on Monday.
I'll try to chime in. I'm working as well.
Okay. And then Colin, hopefully we can see you on Monday at some point. And anybody else who wants to join the conversation, please do. All right, guys. So thank you very, very much. Everybody have a safe and wonderful weekend. So Ralston says, I worked as a taxi driver for almost 20 years, and I took care of the rich and the poor, and I treated them equally and gave them the good old-fashioned Caymanian hospitality. I even took care of celebrities like Mark Cuban, Jason Terry, Alan Iverson, and more. And in the ups and downs, I enjoyed it as a great industry. Yes. So let's see if we can come back on Monday. Miranda says the first step to regain our country is for government to charge land tax and stop depending on tourism and work permit fees. Ooh, girl, we're going to take a survey on that one. How many of you all would rather pay land tax than government take out work permits? Think about it over the weekend. Don't give a response yet. And let's do a little vote on Monday. If that's what you want to do, you want to shift where government revenue comes from. Are you happy to start being taxed? We'll talk about it. Folks, have yourselves a safe and wonderful weekend. I've got to run to an appointment. Unfortunately, I can't go into too much overtime this morning. I've got to go to an appointment, couple meetings into the afternoon. So y'all know how it goes. Thank you very, very much, folks, for tuning in. As usual, we will continue this conversation. We'll continue to go through the survey. We got lots to cover next week. But until then, just be safe on the roadways. Use your indicators. Don't drink and drive. Slow down. All the good stuff that keeps us safe. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to another edition of The Cold Hard Truth. Make sure to check Facebook for showtimes and more information and the latest news at CaymanMarlRoad.com. Subscribe to our IG and Facebook pages to get the latest happenings.